Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on You, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Senator Panfilo Lacson warned that allocable funds in the 2025 to 2026 national budget pose a bigger corruption risk than the abolished pork barrel system. Opposition leaders have criticized the swift 60-day suspension of Cavite Representative Kiko Barsaga, calling it politically motivated and a threat to free speech. Former DPWH Secretary Rogelio Babes Singson resigned from the Independent Commission for Infrastructure, citing the intense and stressful workload affecting his health. Hong Kong fire death toll has reached 159 after the towers have been searched. Reparation of 9 Filipino seafarers held by the Houthi forces is in advanced stages, expected before Christmas. Taiwan and the Philippine government to explore the possibility of opening air and sea routes to improve tourist exchange. Beyond the familiar, the Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines is leading the evolution of Hallyu by expanding Filipino engagement with Korean culture through traditional arts, creative industries, and nationwide experiential programs. Rookie player Jules Tolentino soars with Petrogas, leading the team to a PVL championship. Today is the 4th of December, and I'm Eliana Lacap bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. At 3 a.m. today, a low-pressure area was located 705 kilometers east of eastern Visayas, while the northeast monsoon affects northern and central Luzon. Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, and eastern Visayas will see cloudy skies with scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms, with possible flash floods or landslides. Cagayan Valley, Car, Aurora, and Quezon will have rain, also with potential flooding. Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon will experience partly cloudy skies with isolated rain, while the rest of the country may see isolated showers or thunderstorms with possible flooding during heavy downpours. Residents are advised to stay alert and follow local advisories. Now for our traffic update. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Cloverleaf southbound, Balintawak Toll Plaza, approaching Mindanao Toll Plaza, Bukawe Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. All other areas of NLEX, SCTEX, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are reporting light traffic conditions. Motorists are advised to stay alert and follow traffic advisories for a safe and smooth trip. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. Senator Panfilo Lacson warns that allocable funds in the 2025 and 2026 budgets pose a bigger corruption threat than the old pork barrel system. These funds are set aside before any project is identified, enabling what he says could be 180 billion pesos in flood ghost or duplicate flood control projects. Lacson also noted that up to 143.5 billion pesos in allocables went to House leaders alone. He moved to cut 2 billion pesos in redundant DPWH right-of-way funds and pushed reforms, including updated infrastructure standards and a digital roadmap to improve transparency and prevent fund misuse. Opposition leaders are denouncing the rapid 60-day suspension of Cavite Representative Kiko Barsaga, calling it politically driven and a threat to free speech. The complaint filed by his former party, the National Unity Party, advanced unusually fast, fueling claims of retaliation. The House Ethics Committee said Barsaga's social media posts hurt the dignity of the chamber. but critics argue the ruling stretched the limits of acceptable speech. Vice President Sara Duterte slammed the move as an attempt to silence critics of the President Marcos. Several lawmakers warned it further erodes public trust and urged continued accountability. Former DPWH Secretary Rogelio Babe Singson has resigned from the Independent Commission for Infrastructure, saying the intense workload has taken a toll on his health. His exit is a major setback for the already embattled ICI, which has faced criticism for slow progress, political pressure, and weak autonomy. Singson is the second high-profile departure after Baguio Mayor Benji Magalong. Despite the turmoil, ICI Chair Andres Reyes has recommended criminal and administrative charges against 11 individuals, including former Senator Bong Revilla Jr. Meanwhile, Representative Roman Romulo sought a closed-door session, denying involvement in the Floodgate scandal. Hong Kong's deadliest fire in decades has claimed 159 lives in Tai Po Wang's food court, with numbers possibly rising as remains undergo testing. The blaze, worsened by non-fire resistant renovation netting, displaced over 2,900 residents. Authorities ordered citywide netting removal and arrested 21 people, including construction bosses and those tied to faulty fire alarms. Officials are also monitoring for unrest and political exploitation of the tragedy. The repatriation of 9 Filipino seafarers held by the Houthi forces is nearly complete and expected before Christmas. After their release in Sana'a, Yemen, the crew will be transferred to Muscat, Oman, before returning home. The Philippine Embassy and Migrant Workers Office in Muscat are coordinating their safe return. The seafarers survived the July sinking of the MV Eternity Sea and a Houthi drone attack. Foreign Affairs Secretary Maria Teresa Lazaro credited Middle Eastern partners for helping secure their release. Earlier this year, 17 Filipinos from the MV Galaxy Leader were freed after 14 months through Omani mediation. The Philippines and Taiwan are exploring new air and sea routes to boost tourism, a key focus of the Taiwan-Philippines Smart Harbor Forum from December 9th to 11th in Kaohsiung. The forum seeks closer cooperation between southern Taiwan, the port of Subic Bay, and Ilocos Norte, home of the international seaport of Corimao, being promoted as a cruise destination. Cruise arrivals rose in 61.9% in 2024, with further growth expected in 2025. Officials will also discuss reviving Kaohsiung-Lawag charter flights to attract more Taiwanese tourists. In 2025, the Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines broadened Filipino engagement with Korean culture beyond K-pop and K-dramas, highlighting traditional arts, creative industries, and cultural values. Major events included Lights of Korea, Jinju Silk Lanterns drawing nearly 6,000 visitors, and the annual Korea Festival in Cagayan de Oro, which attracted 200,000 attendees. Programs like OST Symphony II and the Korean Film Festival offered interactive educational experiences. KCC also partnered with DepEd and Korean experts to reach regional communities. In 2026, the Culture in Motion initiative will focus on experimental programs, case storytelling, and wider cultural access nationwide. Rookie Jules Tolentino quickly made her mark with Petrogas, helping the veteran field team win the 2025 PVL Reinforced Conference Championship. Tasked with leading the offense, the De La Salle graduate delivered 20 solid sets, including the championship-winning back set to Myla Pablo against Zeus Coffee. Picked 11th overall in the team's only draft selection, Tolentino embraced the learning from her experienced teammates, calling Petrogas the perfect place to grow her skills. Thankful for the trust and guidance, she looks forward to building on her rookie success and keeping the Angels flying high. Now a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for authenticity, and following your instincts, Aquarius, focus on the path that feels most real to you and trust your inner guidance. In your personal and professional life, staying true to yourself will help you make decisions with clarity and confidence. Collaborate with others when needed, but don't lose sight of what aligns with your values. Opportunities for meaningful progress are strong. Listening to your intuition and acting with integrity today will guide you towards success and fulfillment. Now, Katribu, did you know that on this day, December 4th, 2009, President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo placed Maguindanao province under a state of martial law following the deadly Maguindanao massacre? The massacre, which occurred on November 23, 2009, claimed 58 lives, including women, members of a rival clan, human rights lawyers, and 31 media workers, making it the deadliest single attack on journalists in history. Martial law allowed government forces to raid the armories of the powerful Ampatuan clan, who were implicated in the killings, and restore order in the province. The tragedy highlighted the dangers of political violence and the urgent need for justice and accountability in the Philippines. Now, a TikTok video from Nix_40, which has racked up 3.7 million views, shows an innocent clip of a Filipino Christmas classic, the Puto Bongbong, but the comment section had other things to say. In the video, the vendor plates 3 oversized Puto Bongbongs, prompting netizens to joke, "May init-init pa galing kay Barney, and hindi ko ramdam yung Pasko, naaamoy ko," referencing their unusually large size compared to the usual smaller ones. And this, I think, can be enough to feed a large crowd. And that's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.